Every morning, before the first ray of light ignites the horizon, a silent battle rages within your chest. It's not a contest with the world. It's a confrontation with yourself. The you who is comfortable, who clings to the known, versus the you who yearns to rise, to transform, to seize this day as more than another passage of time. Feel that? That tremor in your heart, like lightning before the storm? That's your soul calling, demanding you wake, not just from sleep, but from mediocrity. Because life doesn't dawdle, it rushes forward. And every moment you hesitate, every second you linger in indecision, your potential evaporates like dew under the morning sun. So tell me, will you let this day slip through your fingers? An echo of yesterday's regrets and tomorrow's anxieties? Or will you steel yourself, stand tall, and claim what's rightfully yours? You're not on this earth by coincidence. You exist in this moment not to be a spectator, but a warrior. To wake up is to rise to the challenge of becoming more than you were yesterday. And what awaits you isn't comfort or ease. It's clarity, an ancient fire that blazes with the wisdom of emperors and sages who built empires, stared down death, and carved legends into the fabric of time. It's the Stoic mindset, unyielding and unbreakable. If you dare embrace it, it will grind you, shatter any illusions of weakness, and forge you into something unstoppable. Can you taste that? The iron tang of purpose, mingling with fire and sweat? Good. Keep that hunger burning. Let's begin. Right now, you're living one of two ways: existing or truly living. Most drift through life like ghosts, minds shackled to the shackles of yesterday's errors or anchored in the whirlpools of tomorrow's fears. They scroll through a curated parade of highlight reels, envying the perfect lives of strangers, oblivious to the masterpiece of the present moment waiting to be painted. Here's a truth that cuts deeper than a blade. Everything you are and everything you will ever become lives in this precise heartbeat you're experiencing. Marcus Aurelius, the emperor who ruled half the world, whispered centuries ago, "Confine yourself to the present. Don't roll your eyes." He meant it. The past is a closed book. You cannot rewrite those pages. The future is a blank canvas. You cannot paint it until you pick up the brush. But this moment, this breath, this heartbeat, is sunrise. This is your pen, your power, your dominion. Whenever you chase after a memory or wander into tomorrow's uncertainty, you surrender your only true power. Stop, now. Breathe. Feel the air entering your lungs, the beat pounding beneath your chest. Look around. This world isn't a stage for everyone else. It's your arena. You're here. You're alive. And that is everything. You don't need more hours in a day. No, that's a myth clung to by the weak. What you need is more presence. Taste every morsel of your breakfast, like it's the feast of kings. Listen to the words of the people around you as though they hold the keys to your survival. Watch how the wind orchestrates the dance of leaves. Feel the reassuring pulsations of your feet on the ground. Sense the quiet potency of every breath. When you train your senses to awaken, you transform your life into a tapestry of moments that linger instead of fade. The Stoics faced the specter of death, exile, famine, and war with unbreakable resolve, and yet they clung to each moment as a precious gem. If you want to live at your best, you must master this very moment, for everything else will follow in its wake. In the depths of your soul, a whisper flickers. Today, I'm going to be different. But by evening, that promise often dissolves into the ordinary. Scrolling, procrastinating, succumbing to excuses. This is where the chasm between dreaming and becoming yawns wide. Motivation. A flicker of inspiration, sparks for a moment, but it flickers out when challenges rise. Discipline, however, is a blaze that no wind can extinguish. It's the quiet force that hauls you from bed when your mind pleads for more pillows. It's the silent oath you take when you decide to push your body, sharpen your mind, or sculpt your character, even when the world offers 1,000 distractions. Epictetus, the slave turned teacher, carved the route to true freedom when he declared, "No man is free who is not master of himself." That version of you, the one sculpted by unwavering resolve, is not fantasy. It's a result born in the crucible of relentless, unseen toil. Picture the person you admire. Maybe an athlete who shattered records, a thinker whose words shattered illusions, or an ordinary soul who triumphed over insurmountable odds. Their greatness wasn't born on a pedestal. It was forged in the shadows. In the pre-dawn hours when nobody watched, when fatigue whispered to surrender, they chose action. They stacked brick upon brick of small victories. A single extra rep, a page of reading, a moment of meditation instead of mindless scrolling. That's how empires are built. Not with fireworks and fanfare, but with sweat, repetition, and an unquenchable hunger. Show up when nobody's clapping. Push forward when every muscle aches, when doubt claws at your mind, when fear yells louder than hope. People may admire talent, but they're transformed by consistency. Be the one who follows through, not because it's easy, but because it's who you are. The universe doesn't reward intention, it rewards action. You don't need to feel powerful to be powerful. You just need to move, one step, one breath, 1 second at a time. Let me plant a seed. If you choose discipline over motivation today, you will architect your tomorrow's triumph. Discipline is the bridge between you now and you next month, next year, next decade. It's the silent home beneath every triumph. When you choose to train when you don't want to think when your mind screams for distraction, to act when you feel hollow, you're casting stones that will ripple across the pond of your destiny. So choose now. Repeat the words in your mind. I decide my fate. Because when you stand at that abyss between who you are and who you want to be, the only force that pulls you forward is discipline. Claim it, and you'll claim yourself. Imagine your mind as a lush garden, fertile and alive. Every thought you entertain is a seed. Doubt, fear, resentment, these are weeds that strangle your vitality. But so too are gratitude, courage, wisdom, seeds that blossom into towering oaks of peace and strength. Seneca, the philosopher who wielded pen like a sword, observed, "We suffer more in imagination than in reality." Every phantom worry, every phantom dread, that's your inner soil poisoning itself. The prism isn't outside, it's within. But you can be the gardener, tending your inner landscape. Root out the lies you whisper to yourself. You're not enough. You'll never make it. Who do you think you are? They're not truths, they're weeds. Pluck them. Now, plant seeds of truth. I am capable. I have faced storms and survived. I am here, and I will rise. Every day, choose what you feed your mind. Choose books over feeds, questions over autopilot, reflection over noise. Let the silence cradle you. Let the stillness guide you. In that sanctuary, your mind will find clarity, strength, peace. Guard your inner world like a treasure, for it is sacred. Only then can you pull your best self into the world. Think about how often you chase the next project, the next headline, the next empty promise of busyness. You're convinced that more tasks equal more value. But that's a lie, whispered by a frantic mind. The Stoics taught us that greatness blooms in focus, not frenzy. In doing one thing well, rather than a dozen things half finished and half forgotten. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself, if it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it. Let that rule your day. Sift through the chaos and pick the one task that demands your full heart. Pour into it everything you are, not with frantic energy, but with profound presence. Don't chase applause or fleeting attention. Pursue impact. Let your work speak so loudly that silence becomes your microphone. Excellence isn't flashy. It's a deep well of effort, where every drop is a testament to your commitment. When you focus on quality over quantity, you transform the mundane into the extraordinary. Do less, but do it with the full force of your soul, and watch as the world bends to your will. Now, picture the sun descending, casting long shadows that stretch like tendrils across the earth. The day you've been given is nearly spent. The world grows quiet, the hum slows, and darkness gathers. This is your moment to reflect. Ask yourself, did I show up fully today? Did I honor my word when I said I would rise? Did I speak with honesty? Did I push my spirit beyond the comfort zone? If your answer is yes, even if it trembles, then rest. Not with regrets, not with guilt, but with a warrior's peace, knowing you fought for something meaningful. Perfection is a phantom. It will never alight in your grasp. But authenticity, presence, purpose, those you can seize day by day. The Stoics didn't numb themselves against pain. They trained their minds to respond, not react. They felt the ache, then they moved through it. They lived with eyes wide open, even when the world crushed against their ribs. Tonight, when you lay your head down, let this be more than just another video you consume. Let these words be the mirror that reflects the ember of greatness within you, the echo that stirs your soul to action. Let this narrative be the awakening call that says, you are capable of more. So rise, stand unshaken, and own this day as yours. Be present, be disciplined, be unbreakable. Choose to tend your garden with wisdom, water it with courage, prune it with honesty. Choose to do one thing with such depth that the world feels it. And each night, sleep with an empty mind and a full heart, ready to rise and repeat. But this is not the end. It's only the threshold. If this flame inside you has flickered to life, do not let it die. Revisit these words. Let them resonate in your blood. Share them with the one who needs to hear them, the soul who's teetering on the brink of giving up. And if you crave more truth, more fire, more soul-stirring clarity, stay with us. Because we're not just here to inspire, we're here to transform. We're here to take your hand and plunge you into the deepest currents of purpose. Until you emerge, not as someone who merely exists, but as someone who embodies greatness every single day. This is your journey. Embrace it. Keep moving. Keep rising. And remember, the world awaits the masterpiece that is you.